Coming up, President Trump teases a, quote, huge announcement. Stay tuned for the latest news from the Oval Office. Plus, is artificial intelligence threatening you and your family's safety? We separate fact from fiction just ahead. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. We begin tonight with a new update in the controversy over a $2 million downtown hotel incentive. Chris 6 investigation has found an email from the city attorney that is raising question at City Hall. That email says the entire council was told last year in executive session that a FEMA screenshot in the application appeared to be altered. That application was for Type B funding, and in the end, the hotel in question received $2 million. A rival developer flagged the altered screenshot and is now suing the city of Corpus Christi.
I didn't find him credible because he's a competing hotelier who has a financial interest in the success or failure of this hotel.
City Council has voted to bring an independent body to investigate what happened and whether there was any wrongdoing. Kingsville City Commissioners are meeting right now for what could be a tense meeting. On the agenda is a motion to authorize the mayor to cut a city manager contract with Charlie Sosa. Back on August 25th, City Commissioners voted 4-1 in hiring Sosa as the new city manager with a salary of $180,000. City Commissioner Edna Lopez says she questions Sosa's lack of experience and qualifications. Chris 6 News has also confirmed that in 2005, Sosa was convicted of shoplifting in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Kingsville neighborhood News reporter Stephanie Molina is at that meeting, and she'll have an update tonight at 10 and online. And a funeral service for conservative activist Charlie Kirk was held last night in his home state of Arizona, less than 2 weeks after he was assassinated. The ceremony packed State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, with elected officials, Kirk's colleagues and supporters. Most notably, his wife, Erica Kirk, spoke at the funeral saying, quote, "To the killer, I forgive him," end quote. President Donald Trump was also in attendance and addressed not just Kirk, but other issues like crime in Washington, D.C., and recent comments made by late night host Jimmy Kimmel.
He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry.
Kirk will reportedly be laid to rest in Phoenix, his adoptive hometown. And President Trump held a press conference today announcing acetaminophen, an ingredient in Tylenol and other pain relievers, can cause autism. The president said taking Tylenol and its generic form is, quote, not good, end quote. He said research shows that if pregnant women take these types of pain relievers, it will heighten the chance of autism in their children. President Trump added that the FDA will not notify physicians of this new change. And while artificial intelligence known as AI becomes more integrated into our daily lives, experts are sounding off on some concerns. These concerns have even made their way to the Capitol Hill, where discussions center around AI chatbots. Chatbots are AI-generated systems that hold conversations with the user. The problem, these chatbots are designed to consistently support the user, even in life-threatening situations.
If you imagine meeting someone whose prime directive in life is to be agreeable and helpful to you, that's going to feel like a positive relationship. The problem is it's not a relationship.
Experts warn that, like any tool, AI should be used in moderation. And if a child is using these programs, parents and guardians should be actively monitoring the interactions. And while AI continues to advance, Google could use it is to strengthen its dominant hold over the internet search and your personal data. Now, Scripps News Group Stephanie Leibergen has more on the government lawsuit that is tackling Google's power.
Google is is back in court, this time to decide what happens next in an antitrust lawsuit involving its digital advertising practices. In April, a judge ruled the company's digital ad network was an illegal monopoly. The ruling follows a 2023 lawsuit in which the Justice Department accused Google of abusing its monopoly power to disadvantage website publishers and advertisers who dare to use competing ad tech products.
It's as if on a dating side, they were looking for a date, they were trying to get a date, and they were running the website that puts people together. That's Google's business.
Now, a trial that started Monday in federal court in Virginia will determine Google's punishment.
Google's stake in this is the possibility of DOJ breaking up its ad tech business. And it's a huge business for them. It's its biggest moneymaker, and it wants to protect it as best it can.
Recent history could indicate what the judge may decide. In a ruling earlier this month on a different Google antitrust case involving its search engine, another judge required Google to share search data with competitors, but did not make it sell off its Chrome search engine, which is what the Justice Department wanted. This new ruling could set precedent for other tech companies like Meta, Amazon, and Apple, says law professor Anat Alon-Beck.
The entire technology world is going to be paying attention.
The federal remedies hearing is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Well, happy first day of fall. And just a few hours ago, summer ended, sadly, and autumn began here in the Coastal Bend with a bit of rain. Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber joins us now. Before we get into the forecast, though, Stephanie, we want to take a look at some of the pictures that some of the Coastal Bend weather watchers have uploaded after the rain. Yes, let's take a look. The first one coming from Luis Chavarria on the city's west side. Wow, take a look at that. So look at those floodwaters.
Yeah, we don't want to drive through this, y'all. If you see flooded roadways, we want to turn around. And what do they call us? Lake HEB.
Lake HEB. That comes from also one of the Coastal Bend weather watchers right there. But Stephanie, I mean, are we going to still be seeing some of those downpours today?
We are starting to see things dire down for today, but we have more rain coming later on this week. In fact, tomorrow is the inflection point in all of the big weather picture. I'll explain what to expect because the first week of fall is going to be very eventful for us here in the Coastal Bend, it seems. And if you've been craving a crisp taste of fall, I've got the best thing we can get, considering. So let's go back to some of the rainfall earlier this afternoon. I've put this loop between about noon and 2 p.m. This is a very heavy, continuous downpour over downtown Corpus Christi all the way out to the airport parts of the west side. That's why we saw that flooding, because all of the rain kept happening in the same spot. And I feel you. I had this in my neighborhood too, where just right on my block was flooded. But we don't want to drive through those flood waters. If they get too deep and you can't see the lines on the ground, it is too deep. We need to give it some time. But there are still some showers at this point moving west of 281. They are giving us a good drink of rain right by Choke Canyon right now. We'll talk about how much rain has fallen and what's to come in just a few minutes.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And while we monitor our forecast at home, our neighbors to the north are recovering from a fatal storm that came through last night. One person died in Denton County last night from storms that damaged the region. Winds clocked at more than 70 miles an hour, and they hit the town of Sanger, about 30 miles north of Fort Worth. Across a highway, a campsite took a direct hit, which displaced some trailers, as you can see right there. One woman died after she was hit and tossed by the trailer in those storms.
A new partnership is working to change the path to success for architecture students. I'm Michaela Chavez on the South Side, learning how 2 institutions are working to keep local talent right here in our backyard.
Station. You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Architecture students at Del Mar College used to have to transfer out to keep chasing their dreams, but not anymore. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter on the South Side. Del Mar is now bringing in TAMU CC to help those students continue their education here.
It's difficult to put in a nutshell the importance and the value architects hold. We build the habitat for the human environment.
Laura Wright-Bennick grew up in Corpus Christi and dreamed of being an architect. But without a transfer program, she had to leave. In 2011, when a program coordinator job opened at Del Mar, she jumped right on it.
I wanted to create that opportunity down here for the students that can't leave their communities or it's challenging to leave their community.
Del Mar College has partnered with Texas A&M University Corpus Christi to offer a local licensed architect transfer program, one of only 9 in the state. Students will complete their first 2 years at Del Mar with TAMUCC faculty teaching years 3 through 5.
Being with different professors will help me understand like what other people want, and I can learn different things from them.
The new program is for students like Zaida Salazar.
It will be a lot cheaper. I won't have to go move somewhere else and stuff. So I think that would be the best option for me.
But it's also for those who never had the opportunity.
We have a lot of students who have already graduated from the program who are waiting for this to happen.
There's 2 options students can take. The 4+2 route allows students to enter into a different aspect of the industry, and the straight 5-year bachelor's route to become a licensed architect. And it isn't just about architecture.
Construction administration, development, interior design, teaching those students those leadership skills, management skills.
The hope is for students to achieve their dreams and express themselves, and in Zaida's case, create homes right from her own.
I want to create residential houses, but expressive ones. I just wanted to do that, but like put my little spice into it.
The new joint program is set to begin next fall, and students in the program are expected to graduate as early as 2029. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Michaela Chavez, at Chris 6 News.
All right, Michaela, thank you. And one popular Bayside attraction is going to be off limits this week. Cole Park Skate Park has been temporarily closed for concrete repairs. About 3 years ago, the skate park was closed for several months for renovations and repairs. This time around, the concrete repairs are expected to wrap up by Friday. And while it may be empty at the skate park, but our roads are covered with cars. Let's take a live look at the traffic with Stephanie Lauber.
All right, with some rain, you might imagine that it's going to be a little extra busy out there. Folks slowing down because even though there's no rain seen here off our SBID camera, those roadways are still wet. If you've driven around the Coastal Bend for a while, you know that means that there's some ponding on the roadway. So here's a look at what's going on. No major issues down 37, just the usual folks trying to figure out what's going on. Behaving with the interchange of Crosstown and SPID, and we're looking good even on Saratoga. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. Your forecast is next.
Neighborhood.
All right, so here was the most troublesome shower we had moving in across the Coastal Bend today. Notice the rain just keeps coming over the same place. It's moving in from the south. This was not a sea breeze situation. This was the rain kicked up and then our winds shifted coming from the south, and it just kept driving those showers over the same neighborhoods, especially here in Nueces County, and especially over the downtown areas and the west side of Corpus Christi, which is what made for that flash flood warning that was issued this afternoon. And many of the flooded roadways we've been talking about shown in our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group on Facebook. So thankfully that storm eventually dwindled down after 2 hours, but we still have some rain out there. Showers in McMullen and Duval counties. There's about to be a good downpour crossing the 59 corridor right now, but the most exciting batch of showers is happening right over Choke Canyon. There's some of the reservoir here under these light showers, so I'm hoping maybe we can get a little inching to the east so we can get the heaviest rainfall right over the reservoir. It's not something that would make a huge difference, but at least it's taking advantage of the showers, right? We have more opportunities for rain coming down the pipeline, but by the numbers at our official reporting stations, doesn't look very exciting until you look at the reading out of the airport. Over a ½ inch of rainfall received from those repeat showers during the course of 2 hours. That is phenomenal, but it is also a lot of water falling out of the sky in a short period of time, which is why we always have to pay attention when there's rain in the forecast and we've been this dry. Our soils have a hard time absorbing that water when it's coming down in buckets, and we're about to get a good drink, I think, toward the end of this week. And with today being the first day of fall, what if I told you that came with a breath of cooler air? It's not a whole lot cooler, but if you thought that cool down from the rain today was something to appreciate, I really think you're going to like the 7-day forecast. So we were heating up to the lower 90s, and that rain came through for a couple hours, dropped our temperature down to 79 degrees at 2 p.m. But of course, all good things must come to an end, and we've made it back to the 90s for the late afternoon hours. Most neighborhoods across the Coastal Bend got to enjoy some kind of cool down from that path of rain. You could see it here with this orange color on the map, just because things cooled down. So we are going to get hotter before we get cooler and more humid before we enjoy the benefits of our first cold front here in the season of fall. That looks to come, as you might imagine, on Thursday, but the cooler air won't be here on Thursday. It's going to be on last-minute lobber time a day later because we need some time for that to work in. But with all this moisture, we will put it to good use. So this forecast has been looking better and better over the past 7 days. Here is the weather element we need to come together. So this front that's hanging out near Oklahoma and North Texas, that is also what helped to trigger some of the severe weather in the DFW area on Sunday. We're not looking at severe weather, but as upstairs in the atmosphere brings some help to push this further south, tomorrow is the inflection point. So we probably won't see a whole lot in the way of rainfall around the coastal bend, just a few isolated showers. That could be during the morning commute too, so keep that in mind. But better chances for rain lie ahead. In fact, I could show you this on Moisture Tracker. Watch as more green builds in not tomorrow, but more so into Wednesday, kind of meeting the front. It's up here. But all this moisture is going to surge in ahead of it as we get a south-southeast wind. The front gets here and wrings all of that out. And then later on Thursday into Friday, we'll finally cool off, dry out, and be feeling nice. So rain chances are looking phenomenal, especially as we go from Wednesday into Thursday. And here's what it means for our temperatures heading on into Friday. Look at this. We're talking about 88 for a high on Thursday with showers, looking even better for Friday with a cooler 92.
For the love of Tejano, I'm Melissa Trevino, and I'll show you how this culture continues to thrive in Alice.
Station. Chris 6 News celebrates Hispanic heritage.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Alice, the birthplace of Tejano. This Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm showing you how musicians and the community are keeping the music alive.
Our culture is our culture, and we can't forget it. We can't erase it.
Albert Canales' love for Tejano started at a young age.
I grew up around it. I used to follow my uncle and my uncle's band where my dad played and be with a lunchbox pretending it was an accordion.
He grew up listening to musicians like Ruben Naranjo, Jaime y los Chamacos, and Albert Zamora. Then, when he was a teenager, his grandparents bought him his first accordion.
So I got into Tejano music mainly because of where I'm from, which is Alice, Texas. It's considered the birthplace of Tejano music.
He says Tejano comes from the heart.
So it's really important to keep it going. That way the tradition keeps going. It keeps the area relevant.
That's why he and his friends started the band Conjunto Oro in the late 90s. They tour the United States and Mexico. They're making sure Tejano is never forgotten.
To show people that we're around, we're still here, that we're still active. No matter what, it would still be here. Even though they say it's dead, it's not. It would always be here.
That's Bajo Sexto player Andrew Ramos. He says he was forced into the music industry by his father, but he's so glad he was.
It's a different world once you're up there. Everything stops. The wariness, you're just focused on the crowd.
For him and many others, Tejano brings some relief from the day-to-day struggles and is a fond reminder of the past. They're happy to represent Alice and to help keep the Tejano culture alive.
And it's very important to keep it going and leave the legacy behind.
Tejano will continue to be a music style that will be passed down from generations. Reporting from Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, Chris 6 News.
You can now see.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, before we let you go, I have a question. How many push-ups can you do? 5, 10, 50? Well, one event at A&M Corpus Christi is asking neighbors to drop and give them 22 for a good cause. Take a look at this.
12, 13, 14, 15.
It's called the 22 Push-Up Challenge, which helps raise awareness for veteran suicide. Every day, approximately 22 veterans die from suicide. This challenge, which happens during Suicide Awareness Month, is meant to spread resources and knowledge about mental health. TAMUCC ROTC students led the charge today as people joined in on the challenge.
Mental health is very important for students. I mean, they're challenging themselves academically and physically every day, so it's important to keep that mental aspect of your life perfectly healthy, as well as your physical.
Now, the 22 Push-Up Challenge has been ongoing since 2011, when it was started by the Honor, Courage, Commitment organization. All right, so how many push-ups can you do?
Good ones? None.
None. I would say I can give you guys like maybe 1 or 2 or 3.
All of our strength is in lower body. But
lower
you know
body,
what?
okay.
Still for a good cause. And you know what? This week, the workouts being inside, that's a good program. There you go. We helped you out with the workout. All right, tomorrow's the inflection point. Not going to see a whole lot of rain, but we can't rule it out. I think Thursday's going to be a really exciting day, not only for neighbors in Rockport and Kingsville, those cooler temps, but here in Corpus Christi, we've got our first cold front of fall. It's actually going to cool us down to a high of 88.
Wow, that is South Texas at its best.
We'll take it, right?
Yes, we will. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you here at 6 o'clock. Good night.